government is borrowing $155 billion every month. That is $39 billion a week, $5.5 billion per day, and the interest it pays on the debt it has already accumulated, $39.4 trillion, has reached $857 billion for the first 9 months of this fiscal year. That is $24 billion a week in interest alone. Just to put that in perspective, the interest payments on America's national debt are now larger than the combined budgets of the Department of Defense, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Education, and the Environmental Protection Agency, the Small Business Administration, and the U.S. Coronavirus Refund Program combined, accumulated sum of all of these. The government spends more servicing its debt than it spends defending its borders, educating its children, protecting its environment, and supporting its small businesses put together. And this week, 3 separate institutions published data confirming that the system sustaining this borrowing is breaking down from every direction simultaneously. It takes a truly special kind of financial genius to spend more on credit card interest than on your own military, your schools, and on your borders combined, all while bragging about it. It's essentially running the world's largest economy like a broke influencer trying to keep up appearances. My name is Ella, and I use data analysis to spot patterns in geopolitics and economics, and the pattern across these 3 reports is that every policy decision this administration has made has produced the opposite of its intended outcome, and the compounding cost of those failures is now arriving in the form of numbers so large that they have stopped being abstract and started being structural. And just as a legal reminder, this is not financial advice. If you want financial advice, you could ask the U.S. Treasury. They seem to be treating a $40 trillion debt limit like a high score on an arcade machine anyway. The International Monetary Fund published its July World Economic Outlook on Wednesday. Global growth has been cut to 3%, down from 3.5% last year and from the 3.1% the IMF forecast in April. The leading cause, stated explicitly in the report, is the United States war with Iran. Oil prices are up 32% for the year. Global consumer inflation has risen to 4.7%, up from 4.1% in 2025, meaning 2 full years of progress against inflation have been erased in 5 months. The IMF's forecast assumes the Strait of Hormuz reopens later this month, but it's been assuming that for a while. On the same day the report was published, however, Trump declared the ceasefire with Iran over, launched new strikes, and revoked the waiver that allowed Iran to sell oil on global markets. The IMF's baseline assumption was invalidated yet again by the president's own words on the same day it was published. If the strait does not reopen, and as of today,